Coming up next, we're going to talk about divorce. Have you been through a divorce? Maybe going through one now. Maybe you know someone who's been through one. They can get pretty nasty, but they can also get very expensive. When the lawyers get involved and the court gets involved and then you start arguing about a table that you never liked in the first place. Is there another way? It's a thing called soft divorce, where you both approach it, with no animosity, and you both want to get out of it, without hating the other person. It's a new trend, soft divorce. Some of the celebrities are already getting involved in that, and we're going to discuss it next on ABC Local Radio. 24 minutes to 11. Have you been through a divorce? They say that divorce is one of the most stressful things you'll ever go through in your life. So what does Will Smith, Hugh Jackman and Gwyneth Paltrow all have in common? Well, they all announced that they were soft divorcing. That's when both parties agree to separate, but they still want to remain friends and family. And with about 44% of marriages ending in divorce, a new field of experts is trying to help couples have a soft and relatively pain-free divorce. Angela Harbinson is the CEO and co-founder of The Separation Guide, an online portal dedicated to making divorce easier. And she joins me now. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Phil.
Is it possible to have a pain-free divorce?
Look, every separation is going to have a little bit of stress involved. It is not the second most stressful thing you'll go through for no reason. But there certainly are good ways that people can get through this, like you've talked about with this soft separations.
What is the Separation Guide?
Look, the Separation Guide was put in place to help people navigate their way through this, because what we found that before this, there wasn't really a rule book on how to do this well. So really, it's been put in place to help guide people and connect them through to the right support and resources that they need to do this the right way.
Now, would this separation guide work if there was animosity from one or both partners, or do you both need to be on the same page to access this guide?
Everyone can use the guide, and that's the great part about it. It really actually helps to triage you into what is the best legal approach for you. And that separates you into three different categories: those that might be suitable for a mediation-led process, which is what we're talking about here, a soft divorce that really looks after the best interests of yourselves and your children moving forward. Those that may need support from lawyers, where there is a little bit less trust, or those that are in that very unique category of people that might be able to do it themselves, which is a very, very low percentage of people in our population that are suited to doing that in that particular way.
So is it mandatory, do you need to hire a lawyer or go to court to get divorced, or is it possible to do it yourself?
You can do it yourself, but what you do need to be aware of is fairness, and the court will not sign off your separation unless they see that there's been a layer of fairness to the agreement. And the best way to get that is by speaking to a legally qualified professional, and that could be a mediator or it could be with a family lawyer.
I'm chatting with Angela Harbinson, the CEO and co-founder of The Separation Guide, an online portal dedicated to making divorce easier. You are the co-founder of this guide. Where did the idea of the guide come from? Were you going through a difficult divorce?
I actually haven't been through a divorce myself, but I have over 40 friends or family members that have. And I think if you look around, it's very common. Almost 50% of relationships do end in separation. And we just saw so many people being taken the long way around when it didn't need to be that way. And what we found was that there were sort of three elements that are really crucial in people having what we call a good separation. And that's one, having a really good support network around you and making sure that you've got good, you're looking after your own health and well-being, but you're also getting financial and legal support through that time. The other is that you're surrounding yourself with people who are focused on helping you get to a resolution, so de-escalating the situation. And that can be with your friends and family as well. We all play a part in that, but also with the professionals that you have around you as well. And lastly, it's about making sure that there is that fairness involved and that you're really having a fair view of what that looks like in a separation.
What is one of the biggest hurdles that people face when they're going through a divorce?
Look, I think it really is keeping emotions in check, and that's why we do say to really look after yourself through this time. Um, Ultimately, you really want to be looking after the best interests of, often there's children involved. Look after their best interests first and look after your own health and well-being. And, you know, often people say the only person that suffers from holding on to anger is you yourself. So if you can move past that and really work together on a resolution, it's going to be better for your health and well-being and better for your the final outcome in terms of cost as well.
How long's the separation guide been going for or been online for?
We've been around for 4 years now, and we're really excited to see quite a big lift in what we're talking about today of those sort of amicable separations. With last year, there was a 35% increase in people finding those pathways to what we call a good divorce, which is really positive.
Now, you were saying before you haven't been through a divorce, but 40 or something of your friends have been. You must have also come across hundreds more since you've been running this online portal. What's that one piece of advice you would give to someone going through a divorce?
As I said earlier, I think do your research and look after yourself and get the right advice that is right for your situation, because every person's situation is different. And yeah, get online and look for that support.
Angela, we thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you for having me.
That's Angela Harbinson, the CEO and co-founder of the Separation Guide, an online portal dedicated to making divorce easier, on ABC Local Radio.